Our discussion is going to be about the front end of your whole product development cycle, which is innovation. It's the process of devising solutions that address unmet customer needs. Our collective focus as innovators is to create value for customers. And the only way to do that is to provide value on needs that are unmet. And we have to figure out how to address them better. Jobs to be done is that framework to help us understand that. It's the foundation, really, of the front end of innovation. It can enable faster, more consistent growth within a market or identify entirely new markets to go after. It can also prevent disruption. I know that's a lofty claim, but let me give you an example here in a little bit. Jobs theory is also intuitively appealing, and it's simple to understand and explain to others. This is important as you, maybe perhaps an evangelist within your organization to adopt such a way of thinking, have the ability to go communicate its value to others. But don't let the simplicity mask its power. By embracing it, understanding and embracing jobs theory, an organization can use this to build a very, very stable long-term architecture for growth, one that prevents even disruption. Jobs theory really does put a new lens on innovation. Simply stated, jobs theory is an economic principle. It says that people come to companies in search of solutions to help them get a job done. It's therefore the job that should be our focus of innovation, not our products. Products are simply the vessel for the innovation at a point in time, but they're not the end all be all. The job is. Listen, no one invented jobs theory. Like I said, it's an economic principle, but Strategian has spent 30 years perfecting the implementation of it. The power of the model comes from its ability to answer two very, very important questions. Where should we create value, and how can we create value? The where and the how. The answering of these two questions is what the front end of innovation is all about. The customer's job is what the customer is trying to achieve or accomplish. A well-defined job statement points to where the customer wants you to create value. It doesn't tell you how yet, it only tells you where. The second critical element of jobs theory, which our founder, Tony Ulwick, is uniquely credited with discovering and describing, is this idea of customer outcomes. Outcomes are the metrics for success that customers use to describe the perfect execution of the job. Now, for any given job, there might be 50 to 100 outcomes. These outcomes are precise, they're solution agnostic statements that the customer can easily share with you. Why? Because they're expert in the job. They're not expert in your product, but they are expert in getting the job done. And so we go and capture the information that they can tell us about, which are the outcomes on getting the job done. They know what they want to do, and they know when it goes right, and they know when it goes wrong. So again, the job statement, singular, this is very important, singular, tells us where to create value. The outcomes, many, point to how to create value in a market. If a company knows and agrees on these two elements, the job and the set of outcomes, then they have an architecture for growth for a given market long into the future. So I'm going to stress this point because this is where a lot of the problem occurs. So let's look at the architecture of this. There is the job, the one, the core functional job, the where, and there are many outcomes that describe the perfect execution of that job. The many, right? Many people confuse this concept. They think everything is a job. This is not the case. There's a core job and many outcomes. Customers don't care about your products. They don't. They care about getting their job done faster, better, and cheaper. Outcomes point to the how of getting the job done better, faster, and cheaper.